The African Young Leadership Summit has called on Nigerians to demand accountability from our political leaders as a means of driving growth and development in the continent. The African Youth Envoy Ambassador, Ahmed Buhari, made this known at a youth summit organized by the Ambassadorial Assembly in Abuja. Buhari says the civil service can be an effective vehicle to drive economic growth in the country.
First and foremost, we need to understand what the Constitution really says about our country, understand how it binds us together, understand how it supports our existence as a people. And I think we should also focus on ensuring that we do not just listen to politicians, but also ask them the hows and how they intend to achieve all of the things that they say they want to achieve. If you did listen to my speech inside, I did make it very clear that for us to achieve the things we want to achieve, some of the things that are happening within our system, especially with the civil service, have got to be readdressed. Because as far as I'm concerned, regardless of all the things that the politicians will be talking about, implementation has got to go through the civil service structure, which is in dire need of our attention. You listen to the politicians, you hear their plans and see how they want to create jobs, see how they want to create the atmosphere that can help new generation businesses and ventures actually come to fruition. I mean, if we're still in 2023 and we're having 2022 and we're having governments that are resistant to Bitcoin, to approaches like that, then you be worried about where we really want to go to as a country. Fundamentally, I think young people should also voice out and support their kind and understand that anytime you collect money from politicians through a political process, they're going to recover all of that money when they get into office. So we must resist it. If we've waited this long with our bellies tied up, we should wait for the next few months and ensure that we install into office the right candidates. There's nothing wrong with the protest, by the way. There's nothing wrong in voicing out the things that truly concern you, but I think we are not really picking up on the right topics. We should be picking up on the right agendas that would actually unite us rather than, show that we are against or, a certain class of people. I think what we should be talking about right now as young people is how we can push for example, the eradication of state of origin. Let us see ourselves as one, and that the only way you can get through to the next level is through your true competence and support for the country, and understanding that you must come first as a Nigerian before any ethnic, religious, cultural, or socio-political space.
The idea behind the AU Agenda 2063 is a framework for development for the next 50 years. If you are also conversant with the history, you know that the whole AU then was established in year 1963. So from that 1963 to year 2013, we celebrated 50th anniversary. So from that year 2013, so our leader came together and said that they need to run an inclusive union. And for them to run an inclusive union, they say that the young people must also be carrying along. That was why they adopted the Agenda 2063. That is to say, from that year 2013 to year 2063 is another journey of 50 years. So in this journey of 50 years, you also agree with me that along the line from that 2013 till now, and 80 years within the line has also gone. So we have like a 42 years ahead of us now. So I want to say that a young person or a child that is giving back today, for example, at the end of that agenda 2063 will be 42 years old. So invariably, this agenda is for the children, is for the young people. That is to say, if a youth that is 30 years old today, by the end of that agenda 2063, so if you also have 30 years old, 30 years to 42 years, so it will be like 70 years. So the young people need to take ownership of the continent, and that is why we have seen this gap. You see that all our leaders, the founding fathers, have all gone. Some of them are still remain. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure all of them have gone. But for those that have gone, you see the vacuum is very big, it's very long, and it's very difficult to see someone to also, wear the shoes that are also left behind. So what we are doing, and I think, is to reawake that spirit, in order to bring the young people on board to see how they can take ownership of the continent and they can see what belongs to them.
We are calling on the general public to come and join in this course. It's a volunteered course. Regardless of your profession, regardless of your vocation, you can be a member, subscribe to be a member. And we want to see an Africa that is free of violence, an Africa that is free of all manner of abuse of human rights, and that is the cause to which we promote. The MBA is involved, and we strongly believe that with the right course in this direction, Africa will evolve as the continent that the entire world would desire to invest in.